Hello, everyone. My name is Callie Fishburne, and I'm an AmeriCorps member at the Bennington County Regional Commission in Bennington. And today I'm going to give you a brief tour of the Bennington County Food System Asset Map. This map was developed by Bennington College in collaboration with BCRC, as well as some outside consultants from a firm called Big Sky Education. The project was funded by a 3-year Mellon grant that the college received to address food insecurity in Bennington. And it is hosted on the BCRC website that you can see here on my screen and can be accessed at the following web address that I've highlighted up at the top here. But you can also go to bcrcvt.org and go to the resources dropdown and select Bennington County Food System Asset Map. So you're viewing the webpage right now, and you can see there's just a bit of information about it here, most of which I've already just told you about the partners and the funding. There's also an email address that you can contact if you have any questions about the map, or if you have some feedback or want to get your farm or food related business listed on here, you can reach out to benningtonassetmap@gmail.com. There's also a form at the bottom of the asset map linked to a Google form that you can submit as well. So also at this top part here, links to BCRC's food resources and distribution page, which is underneath the COVID-19 resources section here. There's more information about emergency food relief and food programs there, if that's what you're looking for. So the first part of the asset map is this sort of organizing image here, this very nice flower that you're seeing in front of you, and it shows the different categories of the food system asset map and their, relationship to each other. And they are have links embedded in them so that if you want to, for example, see farms here, you click on that, and it will take you to an infographic designed using Prezi that shows you more information about farms in Bennington County. It'll just take a minute to load here. So as you can see, this is a snapshot of farms in Bennington County and some statistics and facts, and just helpful if you want some general information about the farms. And each of the categories has a subsequent link that takes you to an infographic. So disposal, waste management, consumption down here, the different food stores such as grocery stores, food service, which is primarily restaurants, and then emergency food programs. So each of those you click, so we can just do another one here, emergency food programs. And you'll see a infographic that pops up with some data about food insecurity in Bennington. And some of these are clickable. And again, at the bottom of this one in particular are some additional resources if you're interested in donating, or if you need food assistance right now, food help. So going back to the asset map here, you can scroll down. So you're at this main image here with each of these links. It takes you to the infographic, but scrolling down, you'll see that each of the categories has a list that strives to be comprehensive, but it's possible we may have missed a few. So again, if you notice that we're missing something in any of these categories, you can use the email or the form at the bottom of this asset map to suggest an edit to the map. So this is farms in Bennington County. It's listed alphabetically with a website or Facebook page if that's available, as well as phone contact information and a bit of information about their products and the type of retail they offer. And this is also searchable. So if you wanted to search all of the farms and places that have maple syrup, you can just start typing maple and it'll narrow down the list. It's still a bit because we're in Vermont and maple syrup is pretty widespread here. So you can see all the maple producers right here. or if you wanted berries in particular, because it is soon to be berry season as of my recording of this. You can do that and see the farms that have berries available when they're in season. So that's a neat feature that can help you find what you're looking for. This link here just takes you to the same infographic that I showed you before with more information about the farms. Scrolling down, you can see food processing and distribution. And again, you can search, and this includes secondary producers, also known as value-added producers. So people like that will take raw, ingredients and make, fudge or ice cream or that sort of thing, or cheese. And then there are also distributors. So you can see food distributors here, and then community kitchens, which is something we're working on bolstering that list. So primarily secondary producers here, searchable, as I said, with same information as the farms, and you'll find that for each of these. With the food programs, you have the phone number here, as well as the type of program, whether it's a food pantry, if it's financial assistance or delivery, prepared meals, that sort of thing. And then down here, in addition to linking to the infographic about emergency food programs, there's also a link to take you to an up-to-date calendar of food distributions in the county. And this is something that we update regularly in consultation with the managers of these programs. So you can see it's a Google Sheet with each day of the week, and it shows with abbreviations here what programs are open when. And down at the bottom, it's still loading, so I can't scroll right this second, but down at the bottom it shows what the abbreviations stand for. So that's a very handy resource for somebody who is looking for food right now today and wants to know the hours of a food shelf or a food program near them. So going back to the asset map, again, we've got our list of food service establishments in Bennington County. So that's primarily restaurants that we're talking about. And we've distinguished between independent local restaurants, franchises, and institutional, meaning food service within schools, hospitals, that sort of thing. And then scrolling down, you have food retail stores. So that's primarily grocery stores and markets. So you have food stores here, and then you have farm retail, which has some overlap with the farms list above. And then you have nutrient management, and then finally food education, which is another list we are working to develop further about the various food education opportunities and programs that exist in the county. And then down here, you'll see additional resources. So if you're interested in volunteering, or if you represent an organization that is seeking volunteers, these will link to Google Forms that you can fill out to either request help or to sign up to volunteer and be matched with an organization that needs volunteers. Here's a link to the calendar I showed again, as well as a link to Vermont 211, which is a great general resource for any help that you might need, and links to the Vermont Farm to Plate Atlas, which shows the food system of the state overall and has a lot of similar attributes to the asset map that we have here, but this is primarily focused on just Bennington County, whereas the Farm to Plate Atlas shows food resources throughout the state. And then again, as I mentioned, if we're missing something, there's a form here that you can click on that'll take you to a Google form to suggest feedback, as well as there's the email at the top. And that email again is benningtonassetmap@gmail.com. That's the Bennington County Food System Asset Map. Hopefully you can find some value in it, whether you're an individual or part of an organization, and feel free to be in touch if you have any questions. Thank you.